just regular living. I mean, nothing special. I went to boarding high school when I was 13 for high
Really?
school.
How was that
Yeah, I
like?
went. Man, I felt abandoned, man. Like my parents dropped me off and was like, "Hey, look, we'll see you when you get grown." It's the way it felt.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like that, but it was very. It was good for me in that it caused me to learn to grow up, to learn to be on my own, to learn a level of responsibility and things of that nature. And
How
so
long were you there?
I was there for my whole high school year. So from
Wow.
freshman to senior, yeah, I graduated. Um, I played. It was up in Pennsylvania. I played football. My junior and senior year, we actually had recruits there, and I was well on my way to playing football. Let me throw a quick thing in there just so it can make sense what I'm getting ready to say next. So we were Christians growing up, but the sect of Christianity was the Seventh Day Adventist. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not. Maybe, maybe not.
No, I'm
Um,
not.
Okay, so Seventh Day Adventism is so it was Christians, except there was we didn't eat pork growing up. So again, I told you I was being primed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't eat pork growing up, and the seventh day we honored, like the Jews, we honored the Sabbath from sunset Friday to sunset Saturday, which is the main differences between mainstream Christianity and what we grew up as. And so that's pretty much that. So anyway, so I got recruited to play football. Now this is going to make more sense. And the two colleges that I was planning to go to, OSU, I was going to be either a Buckeye or a Seminole down in Florida, but their games were on Friday night.
Mm,
I'm a Seventh Day Adventist. I can't play football on Friday night, and I can't play football on Saturday
yeah.
because that's the holy time. And so I had to decline all that. And for years, I hated the fact that I was a Seventh Day Adventist. I was really mad that I couldn't do my dream. All I've ever wanted to do was be a running back for the Giants. That's all I've ever wanted. And that was all dashed because of religion. And I mean, that was that. And then I went to college and decided to, do some real life stuff and majored in
What'd you go
psychology.
to college for?
What I go for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went for psychology.
Okay. Did you graduated?
Yeah. I graduated at the top level. I'm a PhD and things now. But what's interesting about that is even though I matriculated through school and things of that nature, I couldn't read until I was 16. I taught myself
Really?
how to read in high school. Yeah.
So how'd you, well, I mean, of course they have the No Child Left Behind, but so how did you, like you were,
that didn't exist. That didn't exist growing up. You
really?
got left behind. You got left behind. That was on you. No, I mean, I'm not proud of it, but I've always had a way with words, specifically when it came to females. And you may not be able to see it now, and it's okay because I'm not trying to. But my eyes I have very light green. I have like green eyes.
Yeah.
And my eyes change colors. And so I would always use what I had to get what I needed. And so I would use flirting and everything else. Girls would do my work. I mean, all through school, that's how I pretty much made it through. I mean, I have a great memory. And so if the teacher taught something in class, I could remember it word for word what they said, and I would just repeat it back to them. And so, or if somebody was studying, I would listen to them read, and when they're studying, and just memorize it and just, recite it back.
Wow.
Test time was a little more difficult. And so all I ever did was just get in trouble. I would get in trouble and they would send me to detention. And I would do that like during major tests that I had to write stuff. It was numbers, I knew numbers, but I would just take, and then in detention, I would cheat. I mean, it was just that simple. I would go someplace where I wouldn't be looked at in a quiet environment that bad kids could go so that other people could do my work for me. And then I can turn it in and say I did it. And I mean, it was just a survival method for me. It was just what I had to do. But like I said, I learned how to read. And I vowed in my senior year, which was also the same year that my father died. I vowed that, that I would read at least a book a week for the rest of my life.